Hello, hello.
What up?
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
Wonderful.
It is
Welcome
going.
to welcome to Savage Sunday. You guys are my guests, and you're in my hot seat. So thank you for making the time, you guys, to come.
Hell yeah! Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, absolutely. You guys want to introduce yourself and tell everyone who you are, what you're about, what you play?
I'm Kevin, frontman, vocalist, guy that yells at the microphone.
I'm Joe. I play guitar.
Yeah. I'm Breck. I'm bass and backing vocals.
My name's Chris. I play the drums.
And who are we missing?
We're missing Johnny,
Johnny.
He's
Hey,
our
other
Johnny.
guitar player.
Sorry you couldn't make it, Johnny. If by some miracle you can pop on, I'll add you to the list. It's not a problem at all. So you guys, you're from Rockford, Illinois. I've actually known about you guys for quite some time, and I've been watching you guys grow, and it's been awesome. I've been seeing some hell of progress from you guys just in the last year alone. You know,
Right.
so it was definitely time for me to be like, all right, it's time. Let's get you up on this bitch. You know. So thank you
Sure.
for taking the time on a Sunday. You know, half the people are usually hungover and home, so that's why we took this time.
Right.
So guys, tell me about you guys. You know, how did you guys all meet?
Well, we formed in 2018,
Mhm.
and it was a different lineup back then. But we all just kind of met, hung out in a garage, and decided to start a band. There were two guys already hooking up that were starting to jam together, and they called me, wondering if I was doing anything musically, and I wasn't at the time. And I came over and jammed with them, and then it just kind of, the pieces just kind of fell into place after that.
Right. I was the other original member, and
Yeah.
I got hit up by Bandmix, the website Bandmix, and it was the original lineup kind of got a hold of me, and I made this page like years beforehand. Forgot all about it. All of a sudden, I got an email one day from the old drummer and asked me if I want to come and try out. So I was like, sure, why not? You know, came, met these guys, and playing some pretty heavy shit. So I was like, cool, all right, I'm in, and that's how we started.
So you guys started in 2018, and then 2 years later, COVID hits, starts smacking everyone around.
Yeah.
You know, how
Yeah.
did you guys handle that? I mean, you guys were starting to write your music and do everything. You know, what did you do during COVID?
Well, we had obviously had a lot of downtime during COVID. And we sat down and really started writing some more material and working on polishing what we already had, making sure that was, just always good and ready to go. And we were fortunate enough. We did play a couple shows with COVID restrictions in place as well as they could be and all that. But yeah, COVID gave us a lot of downtime to write and focus and polish on what we already had and polishing what we're writing that was new.
Yeah, the COVID stuff really sucked though. The shows and stuff like that, everything was just so weird during that
Yeah,
time.
it was very bizarre.
Like before COVID, shows were really cool. Everybody was into it, and then during the COVID time, it was just like it was hard to get crowds out and stuff like that. Everything was just bizarre.
Yeah,
Kind of glad we're out of that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a trip for for people like me who do the promoting and stuff like that. I was just like, I don't know what to do with myself with you guys, Like, I have no shows to promote, so I just started blasting music, and I was just like, all right, fuck it, everyone send me links, keep the promotions going, and that was the only way I could think of to keep the music going and entertain myself at the same time,
For sure.
Yeah, you got to do something.
Yeah, and it was a hell of a ride, and props to the bars and the smaller venues who still broke the COVID, and that's what I'm calling it, broke the rules, and still did the shows, even though it was minimized, and it was mostly, promoters and a few fans here and there. It was never outlawed. That's the difference,
Right.
You wouldn't,
Right.
You're not going to get in trouble for having this shit going down, but you're just going to be scorned. That's basically all it was. It was like, you're taking a risk, you're doing this, you're doing that, da-da-da. Well, no, we're taking the risk. We made that choice. We're
Yeah, I
adults.
can
We do
imagine
that.
how for a business owner how hard it was either, I mean, to have everything just cut off, you got no source of income. That's got to be so difficult. I can't, props to them for making it through.
Yeah, and then all the bars and the venues that had to shut down,
Right.
That sucked. That sucked on so many levels for not just the bands but the venues. It limited where we could go after COVID. Well, it's still happening, so to speak. But after everything started opening back up, now it's even more narrow time and places where we can play, that where the bands can play.
Sure.
But also it makes it harder for the smaller scene because the bigger bands, the bigger brand name bands that can't go to the huge, venues are now coming into the smaller venues and locking those spaces up, making it harder for the smaller bands to get their shows booked.
Right.
So, and that's still happening. So,
Sure.
it's a big kick in the cunt. It really is.
And I think you start to realize how much you need stuff like that when you're cooped up all that time, and you just sort of need a release like that. I've spent 2 years. I had 3 concerts lined up in 2020 that got canceled, and that was just a really rough time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but you made it through. You pushed through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're still kicking.
Yeah, that's all that matters. You're kicking and screaming. So how did you guys come up with the name? What's the story behind it?
Jim, this is you.
You want to take this one, Joe?
Nope, it was already that name when I joined.
Basically what the idea is, a lot of things in life are either black or white. They're right or wrong. At least that's the way everything is perceived a lot of the time. And a lot of the time you have to blend those morals of like good and bad to get that gray area. That when you don't see a solution in all the way the right way, you don't see a solution in all the way the wrong way. Sometimes you can just get that gray area, and that's what gets you by, and that's what kind of makes you persevere almost.
Yeah. I live in the gray area all the time.
Yeah, and also, that's the cool philosophical side of it, and also we just thought it was a really cool fucking name.
It is definitely. And I love the logo, and I apologize. I could only adjust it so much.
That's all right, man.
Oh yeah,
I tried. Got other people involved. They're just like, damn it, StreamYard. So I apologize. So tell me, how was 2022 for you guys? What were you guys up to last year?
Well, we dropped an album last year. Our first full length album. We dropped it. What was it? May or June? I think it was June.
It came out in June. Yeah,
it was June. And we recorded everything ourselves. We mixed everything ourselves. We mastered everything ourselves. Chris actually did a lot of the legwork as far as like the mixing and the mastering and sitting there and listening to tracks over and over and over and over again. Joe did too. Joe did a lot of work at our jam spot with all the equipment that we have and that we're able to use.
95.5. It was 95% Chris, 5%.
But it took a long time to get everything recorded, mixed, mastered, prettied, and all that. But once it came out, we were all really satisfied with the final product, and it's really cool to say that we produced and recorded and mixed and did everything independently on our first album. I think that's a really cool thing to say for us.
That is.
Yeah,
that is.
proud
And what's
about that.
awesome, Chris? You're the drummer, correct? You play drums for the band. You're already the backbone as it is. Now you are the standing leg for the band. I mean, you did all that extra work, and that's killer as hell. And you guys, the sound is great. I think you guys.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I stand by it. I think it still sounds good. Everybody that does this will listen to stuff and be like, "Oh man, I want to go back and change this or fix that," but I still stand by it. I think it's going to hold up the test of time, and I've already got new ideas for the next one that's going to sound even better. So you live and you learn. You learn a little bit more along the way, and you get better.
Absolutely. So, the
So,
only way to learn is by making mistakes.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You learn from your mistakes. Don't do it again. You know what to do next time or not to do next time.
Yep.
Yeah. Trial and error.
Well, it was so funny during the whole recording process, right? So Chris has got this, he's got the mixes he sent out. It's like, oh, this sounds great, and we all listen to it. It's like, oh man, that's awesome, And then he goes and watches a YouTube video or reads something online about how to do something else, sends out another mix. It's like, oh man, that's awesome. And this process happened over and over again for months, as he's learning how to do the process of recording and mixing and mastering and stuff like that. It's just getting better and better and better until we got what we got, So it's cool. Props to Chris. He did a great job.
No, absolutely. Props to Chris, man. He really pulled it all together, like learning on the fly, as we all kind of did. But Chris did a lot of the legwork for the recording and the mixing and all that stuff. So hats off to him, man.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. I just work here though. As soon as you guys find a better drummer, a real drummer, you guys are really going places though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking, but yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I know. It's tough.
You know what? You did a killer job. I've listened to the album, for the last week or so, and just listening to more and more, besides what you've been releasing, over the time and checking it out. I think you did a killer job too, Chris, man. So hats off, man.
Thanks. Hopefully everybody else does. We just need like 10 million people to buy a copy and we'll be set.
I feel that, right? I totally get that.
Right?
Hear that, everyone? Buy it.
That's right.
Go buy the album.
Go buy the album.
Make
Get
your
on
mark.
that. And we'll tell you where to buy it later at the end of the show.
All right.
So you guys, you just recorded the album and you released it in June, and it's a 10-track album. Am I correct?
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how was that recording? How long did it take to make that album?
Well, we started tracking when we started tracking in the fall of 21, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah.
Late, maybe November, December.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Somewhere in the fall of 21, I think we started tracking.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the tracking was done like end of February, I guess, and then I think I finally just got the final mixes and the final masters complete and was ready to release them around end of April, I think it was.
Yeah,
and then it takes like 6 to 8 weeks for, the distribution to happen and everything to be uploaded on all the streaming sites and everything. So I think it actually came out on June 10th, but it was a long, grueling process for me just to be, every day, every waking minute I had off, man, I was in the studio mixing something, listening to it, and then I'd make the master mix and take it with me on the road during the week because I'm a truck driver, and then I'd listen to it over and over and over, and then be like, on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'd wake up in the morning and listen to it and be like, you know what, this has got to get fixed, that's got to get fixed, and I go home on the weekend and I'd tweak it some more, But everybody did a great performance, I think, on the album, and the songs are written really well. I came in the band in April of 2021, so I had only been in the band less than a year when we started this process, and we really tweaked a lot of the songs with me being a different drummer and everything, and we tweaked everything, and we played a lot of gigs in 2021. And that really helped out a lot. We practiced hard, and then when it came time to just put them down in the studio, I think everybody really came together and did really good performances.
Yeah.
So hats off to you guys because I just work here.
Congratulations to us for doing our job.
Yeah.
First and foremost, yes, absolutely.
That's the bare minimum we can ask for is you show up and play your instrument. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
Yeah.
I figure that's the only way I'm keeping my job, so I'm just gonna keep doing that. And
Yeah, I showed up. What more do you want?
yeah.
Exactly. You know what? Exactly, Chris. Keep doing your job. Learn more and more about doing all the, the editing and all the mastering and stuff like that. Because then they're going to be like, dude, we can't lose him. None of us.
Well, actually, I started doing all that stuff in like 2006 in another band I was in years ago, and I got some equipment and just self-taught. I had a couple friends that were into it, and one of the guys in the band I was in had a lot of programs that he shared with me, and I just wrapped my head around it, and I just dove way into it, and I got way into it, and I love it. I would do it full time if it paid, but hanging around the studio doesn't pay for anybody unless you're famous and people are flying in from all over the world to have you record their albums. But so I'm gonna keep doing it though. I mean, I've pretty much just been self-taught since 2006. I think it's one of those 10,000 hour rules. You do something for 10,000 hours and all of a sudden you're some kind of expert or at least proficient at it. And I'm definitely not an expert, but at least I know just enough to be dangerous. We'll put it that way.
That's good. That's a beautiful thing, though. Nothing wrong with being beautifully dangerous.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
So now the album is called "Make Your Mark."
Yep.
Obviously, I mean, I really don't need to say what's the inspiration on that one. I mean, it's pretty common sense. But you guys got 10 songs on that, and now you did it in less than a year, so that's cool as hell. What was some of your favorite songs to record?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. You go.
No, let Joe go. Joe, go first.
Yeah, I think my favorite song to record was probably No Pain. And the only reason is because that one was newer when Chris joined the band. That one really had a chance to become its own thing you know, with the current lineup that we had, you know, at the time. And it just was, to me, was fresh and fun. You know, I'm all about making new music all the time. I'm a very creative type of person. So anytime we could do something new, I'm all about it.
Nice. What about you, Brock?
I'm not on the album.
Yeah, Breck's too new.
Yeah, I jumped in the band on tail end of 2022, I think in November.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I do have some favorites from the album to listen to and to play, and I think that'd be Broken Bricks and Ghost.
Those are both really fun songs to play.
Oh yeah,
They're fun songs to play, man. I love playing those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I would say my favorite one to probably play, and the one that we recorded, is Lost. That breakdown that we have in that song is it's my favorite breakdown that we do personally, and I love playing it live. And it was really cool to lay that breakdown on a track, so it was heard on an actual like studio album. So that was really cool for me.
Yeah, they made me keep doing that one until I got it right. They like, you know, hit me with it and everything.
You want to pound it in your head, man.
Yeah, we did.
Well, it's so funny. Breck is an amazing bass player. Like, he's really talented, truly. But and that breakdown is so simple, but it's like he just kept screwing it up, you know, in practice we're trying to play it, you know, and like the most simple thing he was having trouble playing, but he could play like the most complex bass lines ever, no problem, you know. It's pretty funny.
He's got it down now. He's been nailing it.
Yeah, he's got it down now.
Yeah.
What
I'm
about
the
you,
same
Chris?
way though. You know, I like. I think for me the funnest song was "Cut You Out." You know, it's just got. That was our first one we did, and we released it as a single before we released the whole album. So, I really had a good time not only recording it but like mixing it and just trying new stuff with it. Trying to really, that was the beginning of the sound of the album for the recordings, because that was ground zero. So everything I did on that, EQ wise and the drum sound and everything, I kind of shaped on that song. And then when I got it right and everybody liked it, then I just kind of grew it from there, and you applied a lot of the same stuff to the other songs. So I don't know. I think "Cut You Out" is probably my favorite one to record.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I like that one too. So what was the hardest one for you guys to do, to play and record?
Ghost.
For Kevin, definitely Ghost.
Oh yeah.
All right, there's a story behind Ghost.
Yeah, there's a story behind Ghost.
Let's hear the story.
It's mainly my fault. I don't know what it was. Playing that song live, I could get the timing in that song like perfect, like the way it was written, the way it's supposed to be. And for some reason, during the recording process of that one song specifically, I kept fucking up the second verse. And we had to take, I don't even know how many takes it was. It was an obscene amount of fucking takes.
I had to buy another hard drive for the computer just so I could track all
that was a rough one to track. Well, for me, vocally anyway. But yeah, and then once we had it nailed down, it was like, don't fucking lose that track. So yeah, that's Ghost was probably the hardest one, I'd say.
I think for me, it was probably Broken Bricks, because the beginning part, you know, right after the intro where it's all like soft and stuff like that, it gets kind of heavier and it goes into that syncopated rhythm guitar part. And it's just kind of hard to line that up because we multi-layer all the guitar tracks, you know, so to get them all to line up with each other, I had to play it perfect every time. It's a weird pattern, weird picking pattern.
What about you?
They're all easy for me. I just played them. No problem. Just sat down and played the songs.
That's why we hired him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I got this shit. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Pretty much that was the process, you know. It was just me and Chris at first, you know. We had the kit all, you know, going in the computer, all the tracks, stuff like that. I just played along with them to kind of keep the rhythm of the song, you know. And we saved that as a scratch track on some of them. But that's what we did, is record all the drums first, and then everything came after that, you know. I guess that's probably typical how most people do it, though.
And now, Brock, I understand you weren't there for recording, but what was the hardest for you to learn?
I think Aimless still trips me up sometimes when I try to play it, but you just got to keep going. And
so we got to still keep pounding you.
Yeah. Yeah, get the whips out.
Whoa.
Right, eventually.
Right? Just start chucking your picks at you and be like, dude.
Learn your fucking part.
Right? And then also go into Kevin, learn the fucking song.
Yeah, right.
So, okay, well, speaking of the album, I do have a video that you guys sent that you would like for me to play. And it is also, it's the No Pain video. It is a lyric video.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about the song? What was the inspiration for No Pain?
Just not giving in, not folding, just not giving in, not feeling any pain, persevering, just weathering the storm, kind of.
Right. So who wrote that song? Actually, don't even answer that. Well, I'll ask that after it plays. So I'm going to go ahead and put that baby up for everyone to check out and listen. So everyone, you're going to get a taste of Marks of Gray.
Woohoo.
Oh,
Give me
yeah.
a second. Let me get that bitch going.
Woohoo.
All right, let's get it. Oh, what happened just now? Hold on a second. All right, StreamYard is playing with me. Hold on a minute.
I see it. It's close.
Yeah, it's almost there.
I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on a second.
So how about the weather, guys?
Yeah, I know, right?
That damn storm yesterday, let me tell you.
It's pretty nice down here in Southern Illinois. It's like 60-something degrees.
Yeah,
I think it's the same here.
Yeah, it's about
40 up here, but I got the window open.
Oh, wow. It's not letting me back in. Hold on a minute.
Uh-oh.
It's rebelling.
Yeah,
It's
right.
rebelling.
That is not the video. Hold on a minute.
It's just too much metal for the world to hear.
I guess so. Hold on a second.
They're not ready.
They're not.
I tested all this before I went on too, and it worked just fine.
Of course.
Hold on a second. I gotta pop out some of these. I'm in here like 5 times now. All right. I'm back. Okay.
All right.
Once again. Sorry about this. Usually it just doesn't happen like this.
Shit happens. It's all right.
Yeah.
We get it.
Happens to the best of us.
I mean, a lot of the time, the whole band is one big technical difficulty. So
That really should have been the name of the band. It's Technical Difficulties.
Right.
It'd be the name of the next album.
technical difficulty.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
Usually
don't even wanna know.
No issues for me.
Speaking of which, Joe's at the jam room there. He's got the best view behind him.
Oh yeah, he sure does.
Yeah.
Yep.
The killer jam room right there behind him.
Yeah, there it
That's
is.
where that's where the magic happens right there.
That's right.
All right, I'm just gonna play it in the background because it's acting up.
Okay. So,
Hey Kevin, tell us a story about a bear you killed one time.
oh, a bear I killed one time? Yeah. So you know that movie Cocaine Bear that just came out?
You killed Cocaine Bear?
I killed Cocaine Bear.
Damn.
True. It's true. I was the bear.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Breck was the bear. That's how we jumped him into the band. I lost all audio. Can you guys hear me? Well, what the hell?
Oh shit.
Can you hear me now? There, I unmuted myself. Is there a video supposed to be playing?
YouTube is not connecting the video. It has to play in the background.
I don't hear it. You're playing a video right now?
The video wasn't clicking. It wasn't activating the StreamYard. I could only play it in the background, so I just let it play.
So you're playing a song? This is a pretty cool little setup, though.
Yeah, I dig this. This is really cool.
I don't hear a song playing, though.
It just finished. So StreamYard wasn't connecting to YouTube the right way, but it was playing in the background.
So,
like for everybody else?
So was that audio?
Yeah, no,
was that audio going over the video then?
Yeah, it's. I don't know what happened. I was doing the share and it just wasn't clicking, but it was playing in the background. So
That's right.
Um,
Joe and I understood the assignment. We got it.
Okay, I'm just curious. I'm going to ask for everyone watching. Did you hear the song? We'll find out. I'm looking at the comment section, so we'll find out. If not, I'll play that bitch again. I'll try again. I'll go fuck. We're gonna pound it in your head, just like we're gonna pound it in Breck's head.
Stephanie said no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got a no. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, what the hell?
The bitches want to play. I'm so sorry, guys. Usually, this has never actually happened where I've had a problem sharing it.
Damn technology.
We must be cursed.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, but I don't like it. It's not supposed to happen to me, damn it. Here. Message
Never
from Stephanie.
is.
Just sing it, Kevin.
Just
If he remembers the lyrics.
There.
Da-da-da-da-da.
We'll acapella
Sing my
it. There we go.
All right.
Everyone knows their parts.
Let's see if we can jump start this again. All right, fans, to everyone watching, I can't see your comments, so I'm going to try this and see if it clicks again. Just write yes or no. If it says no, I'm going to move on. So, and I will apologize again. Hey, guys, I'm so sorry, man. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but let's try it right now. It's doing the same damn thing. Steph says yes. Beautiful. All right. Enjoy.
Everything around me is so fragile. The single stone just breaks everything. You stand upright. So when you can't decide what doesn't work with your one track agenda, open your eyes. We are made for the one you for, but I see through you all day. I stand from your wicked garden. You'll never forget my name. I will be your no later. Right, days for me to gain. I will be your no later. What is it that makes you feel so justified? Listen, because you know how to speak. Never say. Just another job who thinks they can work their way inside my head. You damn disease. We are back for the one for, but I can do you all day. I'm scared from your wicked garden. You'll never forget my name. I will be your no later. Raise days for me to gain. I will be your no later. Nothing at all. You can never hurt me. Suffer beneath me. I am fucking indestructible.
Fuck yeah, man. That's a killer song, man.
Thank you.
That's an
Thank you.
awesome song. I'm glad you remembered all the lyrics. Again, I apologize for that delay on that video. I did exactly the same thing the second time. I don't know what the fuck happened. Whatever.
Shit happens.
Yeah, it does. All the fucking time. So who wrote that song?
So with all of the songs, we all kind of write our own parts. I write most of the lyrics. Our previous member we had wrote some lyrics as well. with these new ones that we're writing, Chris, Breck, and I have been writing some lyrics. They've been sending me some sheets of lyrics back and forth, and so we all kind of write our own parts. But yeah, I mean that's the best way I could put it. We all kind of really write our own parts and help each other out where we can.
Yeah, typically I'll come up with a riff, and I'll just be, play it around at home and record it on my phone. I'll send it to the guys and see if I get a response. If I get any positive response, I'll keep working on it, and then that's how it starts usually. And then from there, everybody, like Kevin said, just kind of writes their own parts, and it comes out cool every time.
Joe says riff, but he usually means like 7 or 8 riffs.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny.
True.
So sometimes when Joe sends a riff, it'll be like, "Oh, hey guys, check this riff out," and it's like a 4-minute song with 8 different like time changes. so then we kind of sit down and we'll go like, "All right, well, we'll take this part of the riff, save all this other shit for another song we could write, and then we'll just build off of this part of the riff right here." And then it just kind of evolves into, like I said, everybody writing their own parts.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good at writing the riffs, but I'm not good at arranging at all. Right.
So what's harder to work with? Would it be harder to have the riffs first and then create the music, create the lyrics, or creating the lyrics first and then creating the riffs after?
I know for a lot of different lyricists, people write a lot of different ways. For me personally, it's a lot easier for me to have the instrumental completed, or at least completed enough to where I know what my cadence and what my flow is going to be. And then I just listen to that on repeat as I'm writing, and then just, I do what I call trimming the fat, where like I'll take everything I'm thinking and write it on paper, no matter what it is, no matter how long it is, and then I'll go back and trim all the parts that I don't need, that I could take out, that I could replace with another word and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really easier for me once I have most of the instrumental completed.
What about you guys?
Never really written with lyrics done first. I think it would be hard to do because my creative process is I'm usually just sitting in this room and just playing guitar. I don't have anything, no agenda. I'm just playing, I'm just practicing, and something will catch my ear that I come up with, and then I record it, and I kind of work upon that. Like it'd be hard for me to have something to actually work for. It's got to just come to me, just it's more random.
Yeah, I've had a couple of times actually where I did start off with lyrics or just like a vocal melody that is meant to be sung. But for the most part, it is I think probably how most people do it is you start off with a riff, or you start off with some fun rhythm that you want to mess around with, and then everything sort of flows out from that. It's not always that easy. Sometimes you got to really just shove 2 things together and make them fit. Pause. But
every pun intended.
But for me, it's rare, but it does happen where I can start off with a lyrics or just a theme that I want to write about, then a song comes out of that.
So let's say when you're writing the music, do you come across the writer's block? I mean, what do you do when you can't come up with anything? You've got the riff in your head. What has to put you in that creative process?
For me, as far as the music, I don't really get writer's block. If I do, it's not very long. It's just, there's always something. And if I do have something like that, sometimes I'll go back and listen to old riffs I've got recorded on my computer. I got stuff going back years and years. A lot of it's pretty lame. I thought it was really cool at the time, but then listen to it now, I'm like, oh God, that sucks. But I can get ideas from it, be like, okay, there's one little part in it that's cool, so maybe I'll just steal that and kind of work off that. So musically, that's what works for me. And then otherwise, it's like when we're practicing at the jam spot here, and like Chris comes up with a drum beat to something I've got, it might spark something different for me, than wasn't even thinking of originally. So, or like Brett comes up with a new bass line, or he sends stuff in and I work off of that. It's just stuff like that.
What about you guys?
I hit stuff, and I try to do it in time, and then and they tell me if it sucks or not, and if it doesn't, then I do it again, like the same way I did the last time. And I just try to remember that, so I can do it every time.
Really funny.
Chris smashed.
So we're always working on new stuff. we're working on new stuff, Chris will always come up with a drum beat. It's always the most basic, like boring shit. I'm like, oh, I play this. So he's like, just stop already, you know, because he's got to get his timing down, and that's kind of what gives us the structure of the songs. He gets his timing down, then all the cool stuff happens after that. But it's so funny because I'll try to tell him like, drum beats, and I don't speak drummer, you know. I go like, you know, it doesn't work, you know.
Yeah, I'm probably never going to use, I'm just telling you right now, Joe, I'm probably never going to use the fill from the Tone Loc song in any of our songs.
One song.
It's just not going to, it's not going to happen, dude.
Which Tone Loc song?
I think it's either Medina. Funky Cold Medina, yeah, or Wild Thing, I'm not sure, but it's like
Funky Cold Medina's classic. Shit. You know, I'm sorry, I don't mean metal or that. I mean, it's Tone Loc.
Well, he literally, like, we were writing a song one day, and then he's like, well, I don't know, here's what I'm thinking. And then he belted that out, like, hit for hit. And I'm like, you mean the fill from Funky Cold Medina? And he's like, no. And so I played it, and he's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, that's the fill from Funky Cold Medina, bro. Probably not going to use that, Joe. Sorry.
I'm going to trick you into using it one time.
See,
somehow,
this is what happens. This is what I have to deal with when guitar players try to speak drummer. It just doesn't work. Doesn't work, man. Doesn't work.
That's funny as fuck.
It always comes together though in the end, like, and I'd say the only other thing I have to do with any of it is I have suggestions for arrangements in a song, and that's typically just because I'm the guy that's got to make all these crazy riff ideas, put it to account so that we can actually play it tight at the same time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody thinks that way. That's why you need a drummer. So I will be like, yeah, well, let's try it, you know, 4 times or 6 times, or let's go into this riff from that riff. Let's try that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's what's cool about it. We all just kind of throw out our own ideas, and, you know, if we agree on it, we'll try it. We'll try everything. And it either sounds good or it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what serves the song. It's definitely not about our egos or whose idea it was. It's just, you know, what's going to make the song sound the best at the end of the day.
It is really cool too. And like all together, everybody is pretty grown up about it. You know, if we say, hey, that doesn't sound great or I don't like it, I mean, nobody gets offended, you know. You know, so we just move on, try something else.
Yep.
Well, that's good. That's the way it should be, you know.
It should be, yes.
Absolutely.
So you guys got so you have any new releases, or I'm sorry, new single releases set up for coming out soon?
No, not yet.
Yeah, we've kind of tossed the idea around a little bit, but nothing really like solidified that. I mean, we're obviously very much in the process of writing new music. We're always writing new music, but we really don't have anything that we're planning on releasing as a single right away. I mean, we will at one point, absolutely. But yeah, as of right now, no, not really.
We got 2 songs picked out, I think. But we're not ready yet.
Yeah.
One thing at a time, right?
We have a lot of songs in the works. We're trying to work on a new album, but we've got 3 new ones that we can actually play live now.
Yeah, 3 close to 4.
That we did play live actually our last show for the first time. That was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And so I mean, we've got like 3 more that just need lyrics done and a couple of finishing touches, maybe some guitar solo work too. And I mean, but we're halfway there to another album.
Yeah.
And definitely look forward to maybe the end of the year, maybe next year. We'll see.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Yeah.
Hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have another album out.
Yeah, I would hope so.
I'd like to start tracking something at the end of summer latest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the things to look forward to, you know, and I was actually going to go that direction also. But, you know, speaking of your music, you guys have been playing it. You know, your music has been played all over the place on radio stations left and right, a lot since this album release. You know, I'm seeing it on mass websites everywhere, you know, and I'm really proud of you guys, you know.
Thank you.
Where were you the first time you heard your music played on the radio? How did that feel?
I think we were at the old jam spot, actually. The very first time it was on the X was when they played it.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it was on the X out here, one of the FM stations out here. There was for a long time, they did an hour-long showcase on Sunday nights where they would play nothing but local bands from around the area. And that was the first time I think any of us heard our music played like at an actual radio station.
Yeah, it's surreal. It's really cool when you hear something.
Yeah.
Like it's like, wow, that's me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you guys have been all over the place. And Metal Devastation, I believe they just recently did an article on you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was just
Metal
recently.
Devastation
Very-
is they're actually we're working with Zach Moonshine from Metal Devastation. We launched a 6-month PR campaign with him, so he's been doing a lot for us.
Really cool guy. He's been doing a great job.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, I mean, they're showing. I mean, you guys are blowing up everywhere.
That's what we
Yeah.
like
I
to
keep seeing them glitching, and freezing a lot. Okay, but I mean, I'm really proud of you guys. You've come a long way, and this is just the beginning.
Yes.
And you guys got some really cool shit coming up this year. What do you got coming up?
Should we talk about it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tell him. Talk about it.
No,
Get
let's keep
dirty.
it a secret.
Good.
We don't want anybody to know about it.
Yeah, no.
We're actually planning on going on tour here, a little 2-week run here around the Midwest with shout out to our very good friends and band fam in Solar. They're doing their 20th year anniversary as a band, and they're celebrating with a tour. And they had asked us to direct support for the tour with them, and of course we said yeah. And it's actually a kind of cool story how that whole thing started. So Stephanie Jennings, the front woman for Solar, her and her husband Brad, who was the guitar player, came to one of our shows at Stockyard, the venue out here, and they were just scoping out male heavier vocalists to feature on a song that they had written. They wanted someone with like that harder aggression in their vocals. So she messaged me like the day before the show. She's like, "Hey, we're coming out to the show tomorrow." I'm like, "All right, cool. Well, I'll see you there." Didn't even see him there the entire show the next day. Yeah, because it was just busy and chaos. You know how a show goes.
Yeah.
And so she messaged me the next day. She goes, "Hey, we really want you to write and feature on the song that we have. Do you want to maybe get together and check it out?" And of course, I said, "Yeah, hell yeah. I'm honored." And I, went over there and they played the song for me. And immediately I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. So Steph and I and, Brad and the rest of Solar all collaborated and came out with a song called Depths of Division, which you should go check out. It's amazing.
Great.
You'll see us play it live every show on the tour. And if you're going to be around in the area, all the dates are posted on our Facebook page. It's on Solar's Facebook page. We're also bringing along Distology, who is another great local band from around here. They're going to be touring with us as well. Shout out to David Buzzo. And yeah, it's going to be fun, man. We're really excited. It's our first tour as a band. We're stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's kicking off April 7th at the
Yeah,
Stockyard.
I forgot to say that. Yeah, April 7th. My bad.
That's in It's in Rockford, by the way.
Yeah, at the Stockyard, the venue I just mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
this
we're doing like Milwaukee, I think. I'll probably get them out of order, but Milwaukee, Iowa City, Des Moines, Omaha, Mankato, Minnesota, which is where Solar's from, right?
Yeah,
they're from
that's
that
where
area
they're
up
from.
there. So that'll be like hometown show for them. That'll be cool.
That's going to be awesome.
And Lombard, we got that. We have tickets for that one for sale, actually.
Brauhaus,
Lombard, yeah. Everybody come see us there, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, that place is so cool. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's awesome.
Yeah, Brower House is right by me. It's 20 minutes, as everyone knows. I'm always up there with Rebel Radio and everyone. So
Yeah,
Right on.
so
I just hope it's not a Friday, is it? Because I got to work.
nope, it's Thursday.
It's a Thursday, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
the 20th
Ooh,
of April.
I'm going to need a ride, though. My license is suspended. Yeah, I admitted that.
We got you.
At least you're honest about it.
The fifth time in 2 years.
No shame.
We'll set you up with an Uber.
Yeah, we'll get you an
My
Uber.
roommate's Uber.
Yeah.
I'm hooked up one way or another. I'm good.
We're also playing Madison and Dubuque and a couple other shows too. Oh, Janesville.
Yep.
Man,
Yeah,
we're all-
So it's like 11 shows in 13 days or something like that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So
we're
how-
excited.
So Kevin, how would you prep your voice for something like that? I mean, you got like Chris said, you got 11 shows in like 13 days. What does that do to your voice, man? How do you prep for that?
Well, a lot of it is just doing like vocal warm-ups as far as just like rumbling your vocal cords, getting them relaxed and loosened. Lots of warm tea with honey helps the relaxation, and it's just a lot of vocal warm up, and just it's almost like maintaining a guitar or maintaining your drum set. It's very much maintaining my instrument, which is my voice, and just doing stretches and exercises and vocal warm ups. Like when we're driving from venue to venue on this tour, I'm going to be in one of the seats just doing my vocal warm ups just to make sure that I'm ready and my voice isn't strained. So it's just a lot of constant just exercise your vocal cords and warming up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
we got him his own limo. We got 2 or 3 people.
Yep.
They're gonna have hot towels around his neck all
Yep.
the way down the road and like massaging him. So
Yep.
he's ready to
Sparkling
go.
water.
big cream around your nostrils so you can breathe that bitch
Champagne
in.
and caviar the whole ride.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Now this is your first tour.
Yeah.
As you said earlier.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. I'm really excited for you guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
So are we. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's gonna be tour shirts. There's gonna be tour stickers, I believe.
Oh yeah.
I think Solar is. Didn't they remaster their first album or something like
They
that?
re-recorded their whole first album. Yeah.
They re-recorded it. Okay,
Yeah.
So
Wow.
so that's going to be available, I believe, too.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll have CDs and T-shirts and merch too. So
Right.
yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We haven't played a lot of shows since our album came out. Actually, we've only played a couple. So
Like a handful of them. Yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah,
still
it
have a
takes some
ton of
time off.
CDs. We never even got to have a CD release party per se. So
Yeah.
Really?
yeah, it came out in June, and then like just a lot of stuff happened in the band, and we didn't play a lot of shows last year.
Yeah,
Obviously, getting a
life
new
happens.
bass player, so
Yeah, I had back
so this
surgery.
year's Joe had back surgery.
Back
so, I
surgery.
mean,
Yep.
Yeah. Good job, Joe. It's your fault.
It is my fault.
yeah,
Totally.
but it's
Well-
all good now. So we're gonna come out the gate this year just kicking
So-
ass.
Yeah.
They're ready to break that back for you again. He got you, man.
He's not allowed near anything heavy.
So now you guys said that's going to be in the Midwest. Any possible future tours for East Coast, West Coast?
Sure,
You're
why
open?
not? Yeah,
I'm sure down the line we'll probably get something set up when the time is right.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's the Midwest because I get to see. It's been a minute since I've seen you guys play. So I think the last time I was there was actually Stockyard, probably like a year or plus ago.
I was gonna say even longer than that. I remember the last time seeing you was at Penny Road Pub.
Yeah, same.
No shit.
Yeah, that's the last time I remember seeing you at one of our shows was Penny Road.
Well, I've seen you guys at Stockyard a couple times, but that must have been maybe a few years ago.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I know it's been a long
Penny
fucking
Road
time.
shut down. Penny
Was
Road
it-
shut
weren't
down
you
in
at that-
January last year, so
Weren't you
over
at
a year
that
ago.
Northern Illinois Metal Fest?
Oh
up in,
yeah, that's right. We were just talking about that.
This is
Weren't
true.
you there?
Miss
Yeah.
Productions.
I
What's
thought
up,
I saw
Miss?
you there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry.
So
You know,
almost
it's
here.
okay.
We know.
We accept it.
Yeah. There. You guys got it. Home, Northern Illinois Metal Fest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was and I remember we did an interview with you guys too. After Kevin chased me down and I walked right past his ass because I didn't recognize him with his all trimmed and pretty haircut. He's like, Fran. Yeah. So I am. You got so pretty. Aw.
Yeah.
So now you turned up nicely. You cleaned up like a pretty penny.
I try.
So definitely looking forward to that. So now, we got a few minutes, and I got a whole bunch of questions I'd like to ask you guys. For everyone to kind of just get to know you guys individually. So
Yeah.
hear your answers individually. Breck, you'll be able to answer more questions. I promise. And I got a whole list. I always write this.
You want me to talk more?
I never do anything off the top of my head. My memory, fuck it, forget it.
Breck's here just to look good. He
Yeah.
makes us all look better.
So some of these questions are fun and some will make you think, but they're mostly fun. What was the worst piece of advice you were ever given as a musician?
Join a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, you should have went solo, man.
I know it, man.
Your solo career is just
My solo
calling for you.
acoustic guttural album.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is really like advice that someone gave me, but there is just kind of a big thing of like, if you're a musician, you need to have the newest gear, and you always you really need to learn how to control yourself in that type of stuff. you really you need to sort of budget it out so you're not, just spending crap tons of money on stuff that you don't actually need. But also know when you're going to, like, for instance, if you're going on tour, know when you're going to you need to have the good stuff. Yeah. Sorry, that was rambling.
All good.
That's what podcasts are for, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody's got to cut me off. What about you, Joe?
Worst piece of advice I ever got. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I think probably that you have to follow certain rules, at least as it applies to guitar. There is certain musical rules, that musical theory and stuff like that, which is very handy, very good to use. But you don't always have to follow the rules. Sometimes the best stuff you can come up with is when you break the rules. For me, like, I'm not really great at theory. I know a little bit, but the stuff I do know, I don't always follow, and that's some of our coolest stuff is like that. Sometimes noise, like just making noises with the guitars, is part of the riff. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I can't really remember anybody giving me bad advice or good advice or any advice. I've been playing drums since I was 12. I've been in so many fucking bands since then. I've all different kinds of bands, usually heavy stuff, mostly heavy stuff. But, I think the worst piece of advice I got was I was jamming with this guy one time, and he was trying to describe to me how to play this fill, and it was from a Tone Loc song. And it was just terrible. It was a terrible idea. It was the worst thing I'd ever heard in my life. So,
whoever that guy is sounds like a
that really stands
genius.
out. He is a genius. That's what really surprised me about it.
Yeah.
But genius at guitar, but maybe not necessarily drums. Just, but we can't all be good at everything. So what are you gonna do?
You guys just gotta redo, Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. I want to hear your version. He did the metal. He went from his version to the metal version. Let's hear Mark's and Ray's version.
You know what's sad? We could possibly get famous if we did something like that, which is really sad.
Right?
Like people might catch on to that and just love that and never listen to any of our stuff. That's how the world is nowadays.
Yeah, but it could also be the gateway to a beautiful thing. You never know.
This is true. Kevin's solo career, for instance.
Pigeonhole.
Yeah.
It could really kick off Kevin's solo career. But you got to get the flat top. You're gonna have to get the look going, man.
Yeah, I know. I gotta clean up and yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You clean up. I'm not gonna know who the fuck you are. Walk right past and slip you.
I mean, I'm kind of excited about the dance moves. Honestly, I want to see him pull those off.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You gotta get.
I want to see it. I want to see you do the Running Man. I want to see you do the Roger Rabbit. I want to see all that shit. I can't believe I remember that. Maybe the Kid and Play. We gotta get Brecken on that one. We're gonna have Brecken do the Kid and Play. Remember that one?
Yeah. Well, you want to know? Yeah, I think I bring down the average age of this podcast.
We're showing our age.
I was in high school when COVID started.
Thanks
Shut
for
up.
pointing that out, Brick.
Yeah.
It's too funny. Oh my god, it's funny. So, do you guys get pre-anxiety before you hit the stage, or do you have any pre-show rituals that you guys do before you play?
I really can't think of any that we have a ritual before a show. I know personally, I'll always get jitters before a show, but I mean that's just something that's always happened to me. I've played countless and countless and countless of shows, and once I'm up there on stage, it that jitters goes away once I'm there. But it's like that walk up to the stage. It's like that anticipation is what gives me the jitters.
For me, I think the hardest part is being in the crowd before the show. Just being around people. I'm not good with crowds, and people think I'm standoffish, and it's more just I'm just super uncomfortable and kind of overwhelmed, with everything going on. Once we're on stage, everything is fine. Everything's cool. It's just kind of focus, and all I have to worry about is playing my instrument and having fun. That's it. But just it's so hard to be around a bunch of people. It's just not my thing. That's all.
I think I've played enough shows to where I don't really get any sort of stage fright, but it is just kind of getting out of my own head, being don't don't suck, basically.
It's the best advice someone's ever given me. Don't suck.
Yeah,
Don't suck.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's the best
Yeah.
part.
I agree. Same. Just kind of got to get out of your own head
Yeah.
and just relax and just, have fun.
Yeah.
People don't come to see you play your songs perfectly or whatever. They come to feel something. So, I mean, as long as you can deliver a performance that's decent, I mean, that's all that really matters.
Right.
Agreed.
And that makes sense. I mean, I believe, people don't believe it when I tell them I have stage fright. And I'm camera shy. Like, I can't go live and talk to myself, even though I know everyone's seeing it. If I don't see members to look at and talk to, I'm nervous talking to myself. It's, when I go on stage, everyone knows what I do. I have my anxiety and what I do, and what when I'm an MC at my own shows that I book, I
Yeah.
slam 4 or 5 shots of Jaeger within an hour or something.
Yeah.
That's odd to hear because
if I
just go out
take like a hit, smoke some bud, like even one hit to calm down. If you guys think I talk now, it'll turn into a 5-minute fucking intro. So I know we're a little over the hour mark. I'm okay with it. And I know, Kevin, you got to get to work, so I'm only going to throw out 1 or 2 questions.
Yeah, I got a few more minutes. I'm all right.
All right, cool, good. So what is the most difficult thing about being a musician?
Ooh.
Not getting paid.
There's the
I
answer.
mean,
There's my answer.
Number one, the music business is not what it used to be, and it's very difficult to continue to do what we do, and you're not seeing any reward for it or anything. Basically, if you're not in it for the right reasons, from your heart and because it's who you are and it's what you like to do, then just forget it. If you're trying to just be a famous person or show off or whatever, good luck. I mean, you're gonna give up in no time, man. But if you do it because it's who you are and it's what you like doing, then you'll keep doing it whether you're getting paid or one person shows up or 1,000 people show up. You're gonna do it anyway, even if it's just jamming in your garage with your buddies.
Yeah.
So, but it's hard because you want people to listen, you want people to show up and react to your music and tell you it's good or tell you it sucks or whatever. But it's hard not to have that, and at least be able to do it full time and get paid for it. That's harder and harder anymore the way the music business is. So, it's pretty difficult to keep going.
Right.
For sure. Yeah, 100% agree with that.
I mean, I think everybody has those times where they're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to quit. This is a waste of time. I could be out riding my motorcycle this Saturday rather than going to band practice again and have a lot more fun and da-da-da. I'm pissed off at this guy or that guy. I don't want to go anyway. I mean, there's a million things that happen, but that other moment when you're at the next show and you're on stage and a song goes over really well and you had a good night and everybody enjoyed it, that makes up for it 100-fold for those other times that suck, so
right.
That's probably the hardest part about being a musician, in my opinion, for me anyway.
That is the great thing though, when you're playing a show and like you can kind of look out in the crowd, and you see like people reacting to what you're playing, like getting into it and stuff like that. That is the coolest feeling in the world, and that makes it all worth it. It's definitely, nobody's doing this for money, that's for sure. At least we aren't.
Yeah, not a single member in this band is counting on this for paying our bills. Like we do this because we want to. We do this because it's who we are.
Yeah.
And exposure is not going to pay my bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's and that's going back to kind of what Chris said too. If you're in it for the wrong reasons, then you're not gonna enjoy what you're doing. You're not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. It's good. I mean, you got to do it from your heart. Same thing with being a journalist. So everything I've done up until this year, up until late last year, I love what I do. And I've always been around the scene. I've been around the scene for damn near 20 years now, and I was like, I got to do something to help get these motherfuckers out there. I've met so many amazing people and just grow, and I'm bringing everyone with me. That was the goal from day one, and here we are. It's like I still keep coming up with other things.
That's really cool.
But we appreciate people like you and, the Savage Ladies of Metal and all these other organizations like you, they're just out there trying to promote music that you love. I mean, that's cool that you're trying to pick up the little guys and say, hey, you know, there's great talent everywhere. You don't have to go on Spotify or go buy the latest thing that whatever record company just came out with and tells you to listen to, when you could go down the street half the time and hear bands that are just as good, if not better than, you know, pro level bands that are out there.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody
right.
started in the garage somewhere. Everybody. So
Everybody, absolutely. You know, and sometimes, you know, bands just, you know, not the greatest promotions happen for the bands. It's like, dude, this is an amazing band that needs to be heard. So if I can be that one little leg up to give you that little boost, I want to be that person. I want to do that.
We
Yeah, that's
appreciate
awesome.
you. Appreciate
Absolutely.
people like
Appreciate
you.
you.
Yeah, that's
For
awesome.
sure.
That's how I
Fuck
roll,
yeah.
baby. So, how do you think your sound has evolved over the years?
I think that we started out, the songs originally were more simplistic, I think. They're more just 1-2 riff, like fret chugs, you know. That's how we started mostly. And I think as we've all come together, especially with the lineup we have now, it's just gotten more, the songs are more complicated, but not in a bad way. They're just, we're more free musically to express ourselves, it seems like. I feel like, especially with the new stuff that we have now, some of it is not super heavy. It's just more melodic. We have a lot more melody in our songs than we did when we first started.
They're still heavy, but but Joe's right. There's a lot more melody in them now than just straight like chugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're not trying to be like a Slipknot rip off. You know, it's really kind of what it sounded like originally, and I think we've grown out of that. We're just growing a lot as musicians.
Yeah.
I think what attracted me to the band and made me want to join and take the drummer gig was that when I listened to the songs that you guys already had and everything, every song sounded different. You can't put Marks of Grey in a certain genre. That's why people ask, and it's like, well, what subgenre of metal are you? I'm like, we just say metal because
We never have an answer for that question.
It depends on which song you're listening to, man. You know, you pull out a song like No Pain, and then you pull out a song like Bricks or a song like Lost. I mean, they all sound different. So, and we're not trying to sound like anybody else or anything. It's like I said before, whatever serves the song we're working on at the time, that's the sound of that song. And we did it. And when you hear Kevin on it, you're going to know it's Marks of Grey. That's the best I can tell you.
That's cool. All of our songs, like Chris said, they're all different, but they're all identifiable as us. You know, it's like, especially with Kevin. Kevin's kind of like the one thing that holds us all together and makes it, that's Marks of Grey. You know, it's Kevin singing. There's got to be Marks of Grey. You know, but yeah, I think that's really cool. I enjoy that about the band.
And that's good. You know, and that's the way it should be. You know, you have diversity in your own music.
Yes.
You know, that's awesome. You don't sound this. You know, a lot of bands, you know, it's still killer bands, but some of their songs do tend to sound similar. You know.
Yeah, it gets old too. Like if you're listening to a CD or you know you're downloading somebody's music and you listen to it, and every song sounds just like the last one. Like it might be the coolest song in the world on the first one, but by the time you get to the 10th iteration of the same damn song, it's kind of boring.
I agree. You got to keep people on their toes. You keep them going. You know.
Right.
So I'm going to ask one last question, and then we'll go ahead and close this up. But it sucks. I want to keep going with you guys. I can have fun with you guys because I do actually. So, you guys know that can be dangerous sometimes if I know you too well. So, what is the most useless talent that you have?
Wow.
Yeah.
Useless
That's
talent?
a long fucking list, man.
I have great drum fill ideas, but nobody likes them.
Yeah, you do, Joe. Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
Oh man.
Is there any talent that's useless? Really? I mean,
it's a subjective question, really.
Yeah.
That's wide open. You know, I would love to hear your list.
I mean, good job on coming up with an original question for an interview, though.
Yeah, no shit.
That is when we
Throwing some shockers there.
I'm not. I wouldn't call it double jointed, but I can move my shoulder probably a little bit further than most people can. I was doing that in class in high school one day, and my teacher was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Now tell me, Breck, how does that talent serve anyone?
That's the point.
That's the point, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's the point.
It's completely useless.
Completely useless.
I can grow a beard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can grow a beard.
Yeah.
I'm not as good at it.
That's too funny.
He's got to plug all your holes and push really hard. It'll just
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty useless.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though. These two fucking guys, Kevin and Chris, they grow a beard in like 1 week. It's like they shave, in one week and they come back.
Yeah, this is last Thursday. I shaved last Thursday.
Yeah, I trimmed up. I trimmed up about a week ago.
They're like human chia
That's
pets.
funny.
That's funny. Brad and Steph from Solar actually call me Chia Beard all the time.
Yeah.
That's great. Please hope I don't. Oh my God, Brad just put that shit up there too. You better hope I don't remember that. That is awesome. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna throw in one more just to throw it in there. If you guys could switch places with another band member, who would it be?
None of them. I wouldn't want to be any of these guys.
If I could switch places with Chris and have his ability to play drums, I would do it. I mean, that's awesome. I would love to be able to play drums like that.
I gotta go with Joe with that one. I'd say if I could swap with someone, it'd be Chris for just the way he can drum. I would love to be able to drum that way.
Yeah, I have no capacity to be able to drum. But I am a little bit jealous of Joe's ideas, so I feel like I might be able to get a little bit more credit out of that.
You know how I got it, Breck, is multiple concussions. Just abuse your brain and then
Gotcha.
crazy ideas.
Yeah. Like
Right,
that drum fill you came up with. Like that's
so
awesome.
Chris doesn't want to be like any of you, but you all want to be like Chris. That's great.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this picture?
That's who knows who's the most valuable.
Yeah, he just fucking works here.
I just work here. Even that's temporary and part time. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we haven't
My
told him yet, but he's actually a hired gun.
I know my days are numbered. That's fine. No, I get it.
That is
I
awesome.
get it.
We pay him in peanuts because none of us get
30
paid.
years left on the
Props
contract.
to you, man. That is too
You
funny.
guys are so full of shit.
Oh my God, you guys, this was a lot of fun. Definitely loved having you guys on. Thank you so much for making time to come on.
Thank you for having us, man.
We super
Yeah,
appreciate
absolutely.
it. Thank
It's
you.
If fans want to check out your music, your merch, or anything about you, what platforms can they find you on?
All of them.
Our music, you can find us pretty much everywhere: Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. Is it still iTunes or is it Apple Music now?
I think it's Apple Music.
Is it Apple Music now? But yeah,
Apple.
iTunes, Apple Music. You can find us.
Amazon.
Bandcamp, CD Baby.
You can order a physical CD on Amazon actually and have it mailed to your house. if you
Yeah,
want.
you can.
And we have practically every social media platform to be able to just check us out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
everything
even
is-
got a TikTok now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're even doing the TikTok.
we're doing the TikTok now.
It's weird.
My daughter said I'm a whole TikToker now, whatever that means. she'll be glad that I shared her term with the world now. She'll be like, yeah. She's like, you're a
It's
whole
a thing now,
TikToker
sweetheart.
now.
Daddy's got you. Dude,
Yeah,
that's awesome. You guys,
anywhere.
I look forward to seeing you guys when your tour begins. And you said that begins in April, correct?
April 7th. Yep.
April
Friday
7th.
night.
So anyone in the immediate Midwest area, or if you're traveling, check out the Savage page. We're going to be throwing that flyer up every now and then. Keep an eye on these guys. Check them out. Like their page, subscribe to their YouTube, do it all. Do the same with the Savage page also, because we are there to help the bands also with their promotion and just get their sound out.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for today. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys very, very soon.
Right on.
Right on. Thanks again for having us, Fran.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Later.
I love and respect.